Ciao YouTube, I'm Duke. This is a Napoleon Total War Battle that I had, and the reason I'm showing you a Napoleon video is because, well, first of all, this game is still cool after Shogun 2 came out, but mainly last weekend, sorry, I've been at a convention in which some reenactors did Napoleonic stuff, and so basically I wanted to play a game and make a Napoleon video. By the way, the reason I'm moving forward this howitzer battery, basically suiciding it, is because my opponent had some problem with this, where are they? This artillery cheval. Basically he could not fire them, he could not move them, and so I decided to sacrifice one of my batteries to be sportive. The rest of my army is made by these 4 units of Granzers, these guys in this cool brown uniform, 4 units of Hungarian Fusiliers, my general staff, just an ordinary general staff, and 2 more howitzer batteries. This was an enormous battle, so that's the reason I'm playing with more than 2 artillery. And my opponent got a unit of the Old Guard, some Swiss foot, I believe he got 2 units of those, 2 units of Fusiliers of line, I believe 2 units of Chasseurs, this howitzer, this artillery up here, and lots of cavalry. You have 2 units of dragoons and 1 unit of lancers. Oh, and by the way, sorry, I did not tell you that I have 2 units of Uhlans, these guys here. And those of you who watched my previous videos, and particularly my Napoleon videos, know that I usually play basically aggressive flatlands only, and that's because that's a balanced map which doesn't favor camping quite much. But this time I just joined a random battle, so I did not choose the map and I did not choose the rules, which was an enormous battle, I told you. And well, strange enough, both me and my opponent came out with pretty balanced armies anyway. But I'm telling you that I'm not used to play on pyramids to prepare you to watch my horrible mistakes, because I'm gonna make a lot of those. In any case, the battle started with some artillery exchange, and me moving forward, getting to the top of the hill, and then moving down because I was out of range of my howitzers. And as you can see, I fired some shots, killed some of these men, and now I fired some more shots, and look at that big artillery volley.
All hope is lost.
Even if he's only scored 3 kills, my advisor is telling me that I'm losing, and I don't know why, because of whom I'm faring pretty well. French artillery is more accurate than Austrian artillery, but I have more of it, so I think I am good enough for me. And now my opponent is moving, and he's basically gonna try to surround me, attacking from the front, another big artillery volley by the way, and he'll basically come from front and from his flank, which is in effect a very nice tactic, because as you can see I'm concentrated on this side of the hill, and if my opponent manages to capture this place here, which is guarded only by my Uhlans, then he will be able to pretty much destroy me. And I repeat to you that I am extremely noob on the pyramids map. I know it in theory because I know the principles on which it works, which is terrain, asperity, and the like. But as you can see, this is an extremely difficult map to play in because the terrain is so irregular. The ground is all ups and downs, and so it's kind of hard to play on it, especially for me. And I recovered this battery now and just suiciding it again. So my opponent is moving forward, and his main force is this, let's call it a division, formed of 2 light infantry units, this cavalry, and these skirmishers. Well, the attack is centered on this side, was stronger in cavalry but weaker in infantry. By the way, I just destroyed one of his cavalry units with the focus fire of my artillery. Artillery Napoleon is extremely lethal against cavalry, not so much against infantry, well. I am moving two companies of these Hungarian Fusiliers on this flank, but I will position them extremely bad, as you will see in a few seconds. And here I'm bombarding these other units of dragoons, but unfortunately I didn't deal heavy losses on them. And in this battle I'm also gonna make a big mistake by not watching carefully my opponent's cavalry moves, and so I will be surprised many times. He formed the diamond formation, by the way. I never knew what this formation is good for, but it's cool. Keep trade artillery fire. My opponent didn't use his artillery too well. He told me that he didn't play this game in a few months, and so maybe that would be the reason. I don't know. Oh, that was big. Let's see if I hit something. Yeah, I think I got some kills on his old guard. I think I got some kills on his old guard, I was saying. I believe it's some damage here as well, but I don't know with what. Probably still with the howitzers. And look at how I position my Fusiliers. That's extremely bad positioning. Look at the terrain, especially look at this unit. They're gonna fire all of their shots into this bridge. That's an horrible positioning. I was trying a charge, but my opponent 4 inches square, and being now used to Shogun 2, I still have to readapt the way you use cavalry in Napoleon. In Shogun 2 your cavalry is like a sledgehammer, while in Napoleon is more like a surgeon's tool. Can be very useful, but it's also very difficult to use. As you can see, my opponent was moving attack on my flank. I get some shots with my Granzers, but only a few of them because it was at the limit of my fire arc. So I kill only 2 Fusiliers. Let's see if I fire again. Does it look like? Now I should open fire with these guys in a few seconds. Yeah, because I moves forward. Let's look at my line infantry volley, and especially how it completely fails against this reach.
The men of the teams are a must.
Sorry, I'm gonna show it to you. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Now let's look at this guy. No, I'm shooting my Granzers, so I'm not seeing it. And I noticed my mistake, and I'm moving these guys up here. But he sends forward his cav. Yeah, now I'm firing at these guys. And this unit is positioned slightly better, but not so much. He sends forward his cav, and probably due to lag, I failed to form square because I remember I ordered them to form square, but I didn't. And so I took horrible losses. Yeah, I formed square. I don't know why, because I wasn't threatened. I concentrated my artillery fire on this unit because I know I have to win on this flank. He sends in his dragoons against my skirmishers, which were unfortunately uncovered. And he managed to score some kills, but eventually my Granzers will prevail, especially since he's firing at his own horses with these chasseurs. I tried to get his general, but he moved him forward and formed square. And I tried to get this unit then, but he formed square again. So, as it will happen in a real battle, I took heavy losses, no good result. He kept his general here, luckily for me, and so I was able to get some shots to him. But he's shooting my Granzers with too many units of chasseur.
Our men are running, sir.
Sorry for this horrible lag. Let's look at better from this chasseur's point of view. Well, nothing really important is happening here. Oh, but it was a pretty big volley from my Granzers. And on this flank, my opponent got these 2 units of the old guard and his foot. But my guys have a longer ranges, so I'm basically ushering them because he's not moving them forward. These are my Granzers reloading. And being irregulars, we don't wait for the order to fire, they just fire whenever their musket is loaded. Nice volley. And by the way, the last weekend I had an opportunity to actually fire a flintlock musket from one of those reenactors I told you about previously. Let me try. And it doesn't sound anything like muskets in Napoleon. If you hear the sound from the front, I mean if you're standing right in front of the shooter, hopefully at a safe distance, you hear a big blast. It's really powerful. If your rifle is loaded with fine powder, the musket is loaded with fine powder, and you are close to it, it's gonna blow your ears off. But if you have a shooter, you don't really hear a big sound. Certainly not enough to scare you as some novels tell, as some writers tell you in novels. And I shot a blank cartridge. By the way, now look at how these Hungarian Fusiliers have the advantage now because they are firing from a high position. And I fired a blank cartridge, of course, and I didn't feel much recoil, but with a bullet in, the recoil would probably been outrageous, as the reenactor told me. So I lost some grazers, but here my opponent made a mistake as well because he left his skirmishers uncovered, and his old guard came out from square in this moment, so I'm just gonna trash them.
Our men are running, sir.
However, I lost the Hungarian Fusiliers up the hill because it was just too much for them. They were already depleted. He formed a square with his group, but it looks ridiculously small. And it's under fire from my grazers, so I just run away. Now, I won the battle on this flank, and I was really hoping that I did so because I need all of my forces to work on this flank, in which he conquered a high position. But luckily for me, my opponent didn't move quite optimally, because as you can see he's still moving and is quite close to my grazers. And I'm also targeting his guys with my howitzers. Now he's repositioning, but this allows me to get some shots. I'm moving my cavalry at his back to get some shot of them, and particularly to force his units who can still form square to choose between getting shot by my superior firepower or striking my back with my cav. And it looks like at this moment my opponent's cannons started to work again, but it was far too late. I'm not gonna do anything useful in this battle. What a pity, because French those cannons are amazingly accurate. But they're not so good in this map, I believe. Now you gotta charge with no cav at his Fusiliers. But probably my men were tired because they didn't do lots of damage. Yeah, I'm positioning my men. And I believe we will open fire. Still, I hope so. Anyway, yeah, now we do. Yeah, real muskets don't sound really like those things. I heard about some sound mods, but really,
we have killed their general, sir. Now they
but it really don't sound like a real thing either. And I don't know where my men are positioning here, but still. Luckily I managed to win this battle, because he has only this movement left. And I would have my Hungarian Fusiliers to try this guy because I felt it was the quickest way to end it. Especially since Hungarians are amazingly good in melee. I also recovered this unit, but they won't come back in time to do anything. And my opponent told me to defeat and just quit the battle. So I kinda enjoyed this battle, and I probably will make more Napoleon videos in the future. Of course, I will still make Shogun 2 videos. And the good game to my opponent was, I'm not trying to pronounce his name. And thank you for watching, of course. Ciao ragazzi.